$20 for the open. So,
Oh, this is new since I've been out here. I like it. All right, so let me start with the number because you know I love to start with the number, and the number is 3,300. And close to 1,000 just in this show. That number is the number of people who will be warm and dry and comfortable and, well, frankly, cute in their coat this winter because they've already shopped for our Today's Special Value. So let me start by saying it's the final coat Today's Special Value we will have for the year. And it comes to us from a brand that has been doing outerwear and that knows cold weather because they're based in Canada. And Nuage has been around since 1944. Our Today's Special Value is the best of what they do. And they've taken some of your feedback to make it even better. To bring you a coat that is going to keep you warm when the weather gets cool, that's going to keep you dry when it's rainy outside, that's going to be extremely comfortable because there's plenty of stretch in this coat. And then they've even added some features that allow you to kind of customize the way it fits and works for you, like zipping up or down in both directions, and this gusset at the side that is my favorite feature because for anyone who's ever maybe needed to sit on a bleacher or get into and out of a car and you just wanted just a little more room at the hem or the bottom of your coat. What they've done is they've added this fun little gusset. And so there you can see it. You zip that open and now you've got that extra little room you need. And all with a Today's Special Value price that brings this coat in at under $130. We've all seen them. Coats like this with features like this, and maybe not necessarily even as many features as this with a much higher price tag. That's why over 3,300 people have shopped for our Nuage coat today. So let me show you all of the colors, and then I'm going to introduce you to our guest who is live from a chalet in Canada. So first up, the color you see here, I've said this morning I was going to wear every single color, and so I've at this point worn 3 of the 5. This color is called Sand. And if you're saying, oh, Leah, that's so pretty, and I love that kind of ski bunny look, but if I wear a light color coat the very first day I get something on it, I'm going to be heartbroken. Don't be heartbroken. Your coat's machine washable. So if you want to get it in sand, by all means do. It's beautiful. So that's Sand. Then we have it in the color that I'm wearing. This is called Tortoise Shell. This has been the most popular in the show. 800 left in petites and just a few more in regular. And for those of you who are petite ladies and your ears just perked up because you heard me say petite, that's a first from Nuage in a coat to do the petite option for you, so it'll be right for your stature. So if you want the color tortoise shell, which I described as sort of brown with a little red undertone to it, do not wait. Here's the color moss, and that's a rich, deep green and so flattering. All of these colors are great. We know that black is always a favorite, and so if you'd love it in black, and I like that they did the zipper in a contrast that just adds a sporty kind of look to it. It makes it look like the high-end coat that it is without that high-end price tag that you might expect. And then our final color is navy. Now, sizes are extra small to 5X, and for the first time, you can then choose whether you need it in petite or the regular length, because they added length. That's what we asked for. We said, can you make it a little bit longer? So they did. But if you're a petite gal, you want it to be the right long for you. And so you're going to choose based on your size and then let us know whether you want it in petite or regular. With that said, let's go to Canada and say good morning to Sandy Savelli, who is our brand ambassador for Nuage. Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Leah. How are you? Welcome to Canada.
Oh, it looks beautiful there. So, Sandy, I would love for you, because Nuage is a brand that has been around since 1944, and it certainly understands what we need when it comes to outerwear and a great coat to get us through the cool weather months.
You bet. We do Canada. We do winter right here in Canada. I'll tell you, I'm here right now, about 40 minutes north of Montreal, in the most idyllic setting. It's on Lake Echo near Saint Sauveur, and I'm at a beautiful private chalet to give this whole TSV a real Canadiana feel. That's what it is. We know how to do cold. Nuage is a company from 1944. That's all they've been doing is outerwear. This coat, I'm calling it, Leah, the Goldilocks coat. You know, Goldilocks tried all the beds and finally she found one that was right for her. If you've been trying different coats or wondering about a coat, this one it checks every single box. You've got the stretch. You've got a beautiful length that's hitting most people just above the knee. It's about a 33, 34-inch length. However, as you mentioned, this is the first time Nuage has addressed the petite woman. And Leah, this is so important for me to express because my background is that I'm a dressmaker. So I know all about pattern making. What we've done for the petite woman is not only raised the length 2 inches, we've also raised the waist in proportion 1 inch, and we've adjusted the sleeve length 1 inch shorter. So the petite ladies out there, they know what I'm talking about. It's not all just about height, it's about proportion of body. If you're a shorter woman, chances are you've got a higher waistline. So this coat, because of its gorgeous slimline appearance with the beautiful princess seam lines, everybody is going to have a waistline. So the petite woman can rest assured that that waistline is going to hit her at exactly where it should. I love the fact that you can take the hood off, as you're seeing on the models there. Leah, I saw you wearing the sand one earlier during an early part of your show, as I'm wearing the sand, and you had the hood off, and I went, oh, that's a different coat. Are they selling other? I thought it was a different coat, and I sell these. Okay, so I was so impressed with how it looked on you. It looked extremely elegant. Whatever color you choose, yeah.
And that's the beauty. Sandy, I would love, because, and we've got some animation, because as you're describing all of the wonderful things that make this the coat that we are going to want to have as the weather gets cooler and wetter and colder. But explain some of these things, like wind resistance designed into the coat.
Wind resistant and water repellent and breathable, Leah. The layers are: the top layer, the outer shell, is 90% poly, 10% spandex. The inner fill is Arctic Warmth by Technofill. That is an upcycled polyfill that's going to keep you warm, and it also stretches. You see, regular down does not stretch. Our fill stretches. We have a waterproof membrane that lives underneath the top layer of this of the outer shell that prevents the dampness from coming through. You know, I'm a hockey grandma. I used to be a hockey mom. Now my son's sons are playing hockey. I spend a lot of times in damp arenas, and I'll tell you, when the dampness comes at you, it's even worse than plain old cold, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. You know, as we're looking at our ladies, I love this, because yes, it's snowing on their side of the I'm beneath a pergola. It's snowing where they are. But I'll tell you, wherever you are in the country, it's going to get colder. And that's the beauty of having this coat. And with today's special value price, it's only in effect for 24 hours. It's the reason over 3,300 orders have been placed. Sandy, I'm going to unzip because and kind of start top to bottom, because some of the things that we have loved from Nuage, you've included in this coat, and then newer things that you've added, because people have said we'd like a little longer length. But this is a zipper that zips in both directions. So you can zip it from the top down or from the bottom up, and meet in the middle if you want to, because there are times when you want a little more room to move at the bottom, but you still want to be zipped into the coat. So two-way zip. Yeah.
Yeah, two-way, and look how smooth as silk it is. And I love the two-way zip. You have a placket that lives underneath that zipper that serves two purposes, at least. Okay, one of them is that your zipper is never going to get caught on the opposing fabric as you're zipping it up and down. Secondly, it's also a deterrent from the wind as well. So, because wind can go through a zipper, but with that placket underneath, it's going to keep you, preventing the wind from getting in there. Did you notice on the beautiful tortoise shell? The zipper is gold tone, Leah. So it's a
Yeah.
little bit more, elevated. But I have to say, it's a very silvery, light gold tone. So it's not going to, contrast with your silver jewelry. I love the storm cuffs. We've given you the softest ever jersey storm cuff that never going to be, tight on your wrist. Zip pockets. Oh my goodness. I love them. And when you put your hand inside those pockets, you've got that gorgeous micro fleece.
So
It's
good.
toasty
And
warm.
I'll interrupt for just a moment because I know there's a bit of a delay for by the time Sandy sees what we're showing because she's in Canada. But there's the
Yes.
storm cup that she was describing. So the sleeve, again, you're staying warm and comfortable, and it keeps your wrists nice and comfortable. And then here's the pocket that does have a zip closure. So if you want to make sure that everything is secure inside, but even if you leave your mittens and gloves at home, it's fine. You put your hands in the pockets and the pockets are lined inside.
They are. Speaking of mitts, we also have, I'll just mention that we have the most amazing mitts to offer as well that coordinate back to the jackets too. They have a little faux fur around the edge. So those are available when you check them on QVC.com. But
And
these
Sandy,
colors,
I'll mention that we'll put that information. It is on the screen. So for those of you who want the mittens,
great.
The item number is a
Thank you.
555761, and those are available and in colors that will coordinate back to your today's special value in that puffer design for your mittens as well. It's the time of year when so many of us are either shopping for a new coat as we head into winter, or giving the gift of a new coat if that's something someone has on their list. So I want to talk to really quickly about that gusset at the side, and then I'd love to talk about sizing that everybody is wearing, because getting the right fit as well as the right size and length, because now we have petites in this coat, you're able to do that. But Sandy, this is another feature that we so appreciate.
Thank you. And Leah, what we've done, we just haven't made a slit there. There's a gusset there. There is a piece of fabric under there. How smart is that? And by the way, how thoughtful is that on the part of Nuage? Because a slit, it could let cold in as well. So when you have a gusset underneath, that shows that they take every ounce of attention to detail possible. And they just do the best. As I said, it's the Goldilocks coat. This is perfection. We debuted this last year in Canada, and it had unbelievable reviews. Everybody just loved it. The stretch is so important. Let's talk about variations in weight. Okay, so, and that would be me. Okay, so I can go up 5 pounds and down 5 pounds in a weekend. And so when you have the stretch, you have the ability to layer. You also have the ability to not worry too much. If the holiday 5 pounds, you go up and down, and look at the way you're swinging your arms around. For everybody who's active, doing so many things, enjoy the wintertime. Life is short. And I'm spending more time outdoors. I don't know about you, Leah, but it's wonderful to participate in life.
Oh, it's
and
so
when
true.
when you have something that's warm and cozy and you feel stylish in, the whole thing is, we want to know, how am I going to look?
Yeah.
You're going to look fabulous.
And it's what I said at the very beginning, and it's true, because while we're reaching for our coats because we want it to stay warm when it's cold, we want to stay dry when it's wet, but we also want it to look cute when we put it on, and this does all of those things. With a today special value price that makes today the day you absolutely want to shop for your new coat. So let me take everyone through colors again, because we're at over 4,000 orders placed. This will be the only coat today special value that we will have for the rest of the year. And 1,500 orders have been placed just in this morning's show. I'm going to start with the color that's been the most popular, and that's the color tortoise shell. And we're down to our final 700 if you are petite and need the coat in the petite in your size. We have a few more than that in the regular, but this tortoise shell is this gorgeous kind of brown with a red undertone to it. As Sandy mentioned, it's got this champagne gold coloring on your zipper pull. On your zipper, which is just a nice contrast and really just elevates, I think, the whole look of this coat. I should mention too, your hood is detachable. There is a drawstring on it along with the faux fur trim, and that faux fur trim is done in the black that just looks smart on any color